Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you have not already subscribed, make sure to hit that button, especially if you love videos talking about affordable makeup products. I'm super excited to share my favorite drugstore concealers. If you guys have not checked out my other favorites videos, affordable products, I have my foundation, my favorite foundations for dry skin, a drugstore and high-end version, as well as my favorite bronzer slash contours, and as well as highlighters. So I'll link those down below in the description box. But I've been wanting, I was like, should I make a video about my favorite drugstore affordable concealers? And actually a couple people have been commenting just randomly on some videos like, what are your favorite concealers, or what do you think about these affordable ones, which ones are your favorites? Like, alright, I need to make this video, especially for those of you who are like, you know what, I need a concealer. Oh, here it is. Here are some of my favorites, and there's different coverages for these, and in general there's some light coverage, medium coverage, full coverage. I feel like there's something here for everybody, and I love all of these. It just depends what mood I am and what type of coverage, what type of makeup I'm doing that day, and or if I'm in a rush. Most of these I do have with me, but there's a couple I don't have. I just haven't purchased them in a while. I've used them up, and I bought more concealers, and I was like, should I go pick up the ones that I don't have, or I can just insert a picture for you guys, talk a little bit about it, because I was like, maybe I should finish the ones that I have until I buy some more new ones, unless it's a brand new release, then I'll go ahead, you know, and buy it. It's kind of hard to like, well, it's not hard to buy your favorite one to have in stock. Usually I do, so if I have it here, I've rebought it a couple times. But just wanted to share some of my favorites with you guys, so I hope you guys enjoy this video. So I have two concealers that are my favorite for light coverage type of days. The first one I'm going to talk about, or rather both of them. These are great for when I'm doing my makeup, maybe Monday through Friday work concealers, where it's like 6 a.m. you're doing makeup and you really just need to slap something on. And this kind of helps, you know, conceal those dark circles. You can still kind of see them peeking through, but for the most part it covers them. It does, you know, kind of what you want to. You don't want to spend all day blending, and you don't want that much heaviness or coverage on your face, especially these are great for maybe the hotter months where you don't want all that makeup on your face, or in general, you just don't want all that makeup on your face. These two concealers you're really gonna like. The first one is the Maybelline Retouch and Erase Light Lifting Concealer, and I love this one. I actually really do like the sponge tip more than anything, just to kind of spread this product out. It feels so smooth, so soft. Not that, you know, I don't use it for like blending purposes, but I do love the feeling on my face, especially at 6 a.m. in the morning. I'll go in with my beauty blender and blend it out. You can always use a brush to blend out concealer, especially if you want to kind of maintain that coverage a little bit. But for me, just using one beauty blender product around my face, underneath my eyes, kind of do everything else. It's good for those on-the-go type of days, and I love this one. This is even really great if, say, you have dark circles like me, and maybe you want to add your peach concealer, and then you want to add this on top for that added coverage. If one, you have the time. In general, if you want something that's going to be a lightweight on top of another product that's not going to crease. That's why I also really like lightweight concealers, especially if you're going to be adding two different products, so you can kind of layer them. It's not too heavy, because if I'm going to go in with a peach corrector, I don't want to go in with one of my full coverage concealers. Like, you really have to be careful with those. A lot of the times a full coverage concealer, I'm going to use it on its own, because that's just what it is, full coverage. So in the case of adding those extra correctors, I love using this Maybelline Retouch and Erase Light Lifting Concealer. I will also make sure to add the prices in the description bar, at least the general price, what I might find maybe in the Chicagoland area, depending where you're picking these up. Walmart, Target, Walgreens, CVS, the price might kind of differ, maybe like $1, $2, or $3, who knows. Maybe you got a coupon as well, so make sure, you know, depending what city, what state you're in, it might be a little bit more, a little bit less, but kind of the general prices, and you can kind of gauge from there. Another really great lightweight concealer that I love is the Rimmel Match Perfection Concealer. This is the one in the blue kind of squeeze tubing. I love that one so much. I think I had originally bought like a lighter shade, and then I was like, ooh, it's a little bit too light, so I bought the next shade up. I think it was perfect for my skin tone, and it's super cheap, like soup. It's like $3 or $4, really affordable. So I was like, I'm just gonna buy another one, and it honestly still still cheaper than some other drugstore concealers, which I really love. The only downfall, I feel like, from Rimmel in general is their shade selection. I feel like y'all gotta step it up, especially for those medium to deeper skin tones. But I really do like the lightweight coverage on that one as well. So say if maybe the Milani Retouch and Erase is maybe still out of your budget and you want something really, really cheap, Rimmel, that's where it's at for that lightweight coverage concealer. I love the blendability of that concealer as well. Kind of still on the lighter coverage side, I've repurchased this concealer so many times. I just haven't bought it in a while because there's so many other new ones that I've been using that have come out, but there was a point where in between I was like, I just need a fix of this one again in my life, and that is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. I love that one. It's kind of, to me, like a mix of a lightweight medium, so it's not totally light, but it's not totally medium. It's like that in between, so it's like that happy medium. So if you are that girl where you're like, I don't want totally lightweight, but I don't want like medium full coverage, that's kind of like that happy middle. I love that concealer as well. And then I think they actually did expand their shade range on that concealer, which I think is great. I love it. I love the wand applicator. I love that. I just love the coverage type. It's just perfect for, I was like, I don't know how I'm feeling. Hey, but maybe if I want to make it a little bit more medium coverage, medium to full, I can add another layer. It's buildable. I love that it's buildable. So depending how full coverage I want to go with my makeup in general, if I want to hide those extra dark circles in general, I can just maybe add another little layer. Blends out like a dream. That's definitely going to be one concealer that I'm always going to go back to. I'll try to sneak in. Also very, very affordable. It could be anywhere from like $4 to $6, I think. I just know it's really cheap. So when I want to kind of sneak it back into my life, I don't feel totally guilty. Plus, I use it so much that it goes by quick. It's never wasted. It's one of those. It's never wasted. It's one of those where I will scrape through to the end to get as much as possible. I love the Maybelline Fit Me. It's definitely an OG, one that I will continue to purchase in between the new products. Also, what I really love about that Maybelline Fit Me formula is that it feels very hydrating on the face. It doesn't crease underneath my eyes because it's not too heavy. And in general, for someone with dry skin like me, I love it. It's hydrating, but it still mattifies. So that's definitely a bonus for me. I don't know how they do it, but I love it. Maybelline has two concealers that I really love. Maybelline is doing it. The second concealer, I feel if you want to step it up a notch coverage wise, is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer. I think I bought this one also a couple of times. This one I definitely need to repurchase because I haven't repurchased this in a while since I've kind of had my channel. Here I haven't used it on camera, I don't think, in forever, but I love it. I love the coverage. I love the little sponge tip. Just feels so cooling. And yeah, I think if you want to step it up from the Fit Me, say you're like, this is not enough coverage for me, I have dark circles, I need to conceal, that Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer I think is great. Also, I also believe they might have added some more colors as well because people definitely loved it. So Maybelline has two really great concealers depending on your coverage preference, and they have, you know, a pretty nice shade range for both, I believe. So that's definitely a bonus as well. The next super affordable concealer that I love the price, the coverage, blendability, the shade range is probably one of the best. I feel like, oh, maybe, actually no, there's a couple. The last ones also I have really good shade range, but LA Girl Pro Concealer had a really great shade range. The next ones, the last two I'll probably mention, their shade range, they came out the box, but that's because it's like, why not have a beautiful shade range? But LA Girl has like every color you'll probably need. I especially started using LA Girl for my freelance makeup kit for clients, and I honestly just bought the whole bundle price. I had a really great deal. I think it was like maybe $30 some for like over 20 concealers or something. I was like, wow, I want to be prepared. I want to have a color for everybody. I could totally mix, you know, some, but I was like, oh, whatever, this is a really good deal, so purchase it. I have a color for everybody. But in general, came out with the shade range. I love the little applicator that it comes with. It's kind of like a little brush tip applicator, but the formula, the coverage is just amazing. I love the blendability. It's a really, this can really go like, it's like a medium to full coverage almost. I love it. If you love the medium to full coverage, I love it for underneath my eyes, and as well as I'll even bring it up to my lid and just kind of have that as like my shadow base sometimes, because it's not, while it's not overly drying, it's not going to crease, it's not going to get greasy on your eyelids. So if you have greasy eyelids sometimes, I feel like it's not going to crease. I love this one. You can get this, I think, from like anywhere from like $3 to $4. You can find this at CVS. I know they have it. I'm trying to think of, there's a couple of other places you can probably find LA Girl. It just depends what area you're in, but I know CVS has it. Oh, Ulta, duh. Ulta started selling LA Girl, which I think is awesome, because before it was really only, I could find it CVS, LA Girl, online, and for me in general. I don't think they've had it in Walgreens stores. I feel like maybe I've seen it in Walgreens online. But Ulta has it, so if you don't have a CVS by you, definitely check out either Ulta online or an Ulta and get your points, get your rewards. So I love buying things at Ulta because I get rewarded, and guess what? I can buy more makeup later. But LA Girl, highly suggest. The next concealer is a newer one that I fell in love with. I especially love this if you have dry skin, if you like that illumination all around the face, but it's not greasy, at least not so much on dry skin, is the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Concealer. They came out with their foundation concealer powder for their light illusion line. I love the concealer. Oh, this is creamy. Creamy. This is a definition of creamy. Like, you just want to keep slathering and slathering your face, but don't, because you will crease. So it's kind of hard to stop, but in general, I love it. I love the creaminess, the blendability. It just blends out like a dream. Like, honestly, slather this a little bit on your face and blend it out, and you'll know what I'm talking about. I love it. I feel like if you have oily skin, you're probably not gonna like this. This might crease under you. You might be like, ugh. No, I feel like a little grease ball. I don't know, maybe just really set it, but I love this one for dry skin. Light Illusion, I think that's just the perfect name for it. It's like a nice glow underneath the eyes. It's weird. I don't know how to explain it, but I love it. Dry skin, get it. The next concealer that I have been loving since it came out, $7, is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer. I love this one so much. I love the little brush tip applicator. You just get so much product in like one little, swipe, insert, dip underneath your eyes. You really don't need that much because this is really nice full coverage. If you are a full coverage queen, you're gonna love this concealer so much. I am a full coverage queen. I love this concealer. I'm scraping through my other bottle right now. I'm like, no, it's over. I'm gonna have to buy some more, and then I'm good on my other one because I just purchased 2 more. But the Conceal and Define by Makeup Revolution, if you love full coverage, this is your concealer. I love that I have the option for a full coverage concealer, affordable concealer, because I love full coverage, but I can't always repurchase the Tarte Shape Tape. I love that one so much. So this is my like drugstore version of the full coverage concealer. Get it. You're gonna love it. Also, they have a really great shade range. I don't know if it was like 25, 27 plus shades, but I'm sure you should be able to find a shade for you. To end this video on a medium to full coverage note, because I love me some medium to full coverage, I wanted to mention my last favorite, which is the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. ColourPop did it with this concealer. ColourPop is amazing. I love ColourPop so much, and I love this concealer. I think I had originally bought 2 of them. Use those up. Then when they came out their foundation, I bought 2 more concealers. Their color selection is also really amazing. I don't understand why everybody can't have an amazing color selection. I don't understand. But I love this concealer so much. I do love the wand applicator. I love the blendability of this concealer. It's almost like a matte finish, but it works for me. It works for someone like me with dry skin. So I feel like this works for all skin types. I love the blendability, and I love that I can see like the coverage as I'm blending it out. I don't see myself losing coverage. This is also another one because it does matte dry. A lot of times I'll just kind of blend it all around my eye and just use this as kind of like my shadow base. The only downfall for me is just probably that it does have like the white packaging handle, and you're messy, you're doing your makeup, concealer, foundation, everything, so it gets a little bit messy unless maybe you clean it off, but it's really no big deal. I don't care, but I love that it is travel size. I love the coverage of it in general. I feel like if you need a good starter concealer. I think this is a really great one for a really great price. All of these definitely are. Just depends. Do you want to buy something online? Do you want something quick, shop in stores? This is definitely one that you can either buy online, or now Ulta is selling ColourPop as well as Sephora. I'm just not sure which ones, so what products. I feel like little by little they're kind of adding products in, which is awesome. But if you don't mind making a ColourPop order, which, I mean, why should you mind? There's always something to buy at ColourPop. You can spend like $50 at ColourPop and get so many products. It's just great. Pick yourself up like 2 or 3 concealers if you want just to stock up on. I highly recommend it. It's definitely hard for me to pick my favorite drugstore affordable concealer, but that's why I kind of wanted to mention all of these, because as I said, it depends on my mood, what makeup look I'm doing, but these definitely fall under my favorites, the ones I would definitely recommend to you guys. So therefore, I'm giving you the reasons why I love each one and what type of coverage maybe and what am I use it for. So therefore you can kind of better gauge, like, that sounds like something I like, that's me, that's what I need. And or if maybe you can't decide, guess what? They're affordable. Try a couple out and find your favorite one and don't feel guilty. You can buy like maybe even like 2, 3, 4 of these and like pay the price of one high-end concealer and maybe find 2 or 3 or 4 of your favorites. Comment down below what your favorite affordable drugstore concealer is and why you love it. Maybe it's one of the ones that I mentioned, or maybe it's not. Let me know. I'm definitely curious to know. Maybe there's some other ones I haven't tried. I've definitely tried a lot of concealers. These just so happen to be my favorite, so I'm definitely curious to hear what yours are. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to keep up with some more, and I'll see you all next time.